What was the biggest risk that you took while you were trying to make this happen? Because I mean, everybody you were going against were pretty powerful, entrenched intermediaries.
I would say I'll give you two risks, one that panned out and one that didn't.
Please.
So I think the biggest risk was that first RFP, and when I say RFP, it's really a contract because our RFPs essentially become the contract with our the way that we do public procurement in New Jersey, was with the TPA RFP, because there were some really what I now understand to be revolutionary provisions in that contract that it was a risk because we didn't know that anybody was
Wow.
going to bid. No cross-plan offsetting.
Oh.
Yeah, like no cross-plan offsetting, disclosure, certain disclosures and transparency requirements, unit cost guarantees, so no more discount analysis, and you actually had to disclose prices within a geographic region, and then we held you to those prices year over year. So it was really a unique RFP with some, what was a lowest. We also had a lowest, lower. We could only play the lower of negotiated rate or build rate, and so if a hospital billed, and I actually saw this, like $600,000, but the agreed upon rate was $2 million, and this happens, we were only ever contractually required to pay the $600,000. Because there are instances where they might have agreed to a DRG rate for another, another rate. So some pretty remarkable contract provisions, and we did get bidders, and it was competitive. But the segue from that is the other risk is then taking unpopular positions and uncomfortable positions and holding vendors to account, holding vendors to that contract, and performance and financial guarantees. You become a really unpopular person when you point out all the things that have room for improvement. So I would say the riskiest thing for me, and you know what, I'm not going to say it didn't pan out. It just panned out differently than I had hoped. But, taking on organizations, very large organizations that have been long-term and vendors for 20, 30 plus years with public sector entities is a very challenging, and you win some and you lose some.